in the book, we're on page 26, and we just finished the field star assignment. Now we are going to, so we're on page 26, and we're going to create a new 300 by 300 pixel image. So to start a new file in Photoshop, you go File, New, or Command N is a shortcut. File, New. You have to have Photoshop open first. And we're going to create a 300 by 300 pixels. So make sure, first off, you don't want it inches. So make sure it says pixels right there. And for width and height, 300, 300. And we are going to go ahead and type the name CustomShape at the top, just to be double safe. CustomShape. We're going to click OK, and a new blank Photoshop document with a white background that's 300 by 300 pixels shows up. All right, we are going to go to the top where we're going to choose Custom Shapes tool. You click and hold down there and make sure you got the Custom Shapes tool. And up at the top in the options menu, we are going to load other styles by clicking on this right arrow here next to that little gear sprocket. Now there's libraries of a whole bunch of different styles. So choose on one that interests you. You don't have to choose the one I chose. I'm going to choose all. And then click append, and I get them all. So you got footprints, arrows, trophies, frames, clouds, snowflakes, leaves. Don't pick the marijuana leaf. Footprint, puzzles, crowns, letters, little word clouds, and computer symbols. So I'm going to click the little claw print and choose that. And then I might choose like a bird and click on that. Now you can change the size up in the fill options. You can change the color, not the size, and the fill options. Now if you want to go back to the footprint, like I want to change that color, the way you do it is every time you draw a new shape, a new layer appears. So you have to select the footprint layer, and then you can go change the fill options for it. Now let's get even more creative. I'm going to click on this shape here, and I'm going to go down to the bottom menu where it says FX. And you can add like fancy effects, like a drop shadow or a stroke. So down to the bottom of the layers panel, right down here where it says FX, and I'm going to click on drop shadow. And the layer style options box pops up, and I can choose preview and see it. If I uncheck preview, you can see it takes the drop shadow away. Check preview and you got a drop shadow. You can adjust the shadow to look further away or closer. Spread, you can change it out. Size of the shadow. You can even change the color of the shadow. Alright, now let's look at stroke. Stroke adds a line around the shape. It also works with text and other images. And you can change the color of the stroke. You can change the size of the stroke. You can make the stroke even a little see-through by changing the opacity. You can choose embed and emboss. What it does is it makes it look three-dimensional, a little rounded around the edge. You can adjust that up and down. But once you get it to the way you want it, you just click OK. Now let's say I like the effects that's on this bird and I want to apply it to this claw. Well, I can just click on the claw, right click, click on that, right click, copy layer style, click on the claw, paste layer style. And I got the same effect as that. Now I'm going to undo. Now if I want to add effects to that, I just do the same thing. I click on the layer, click on FX. I can add like a stroke. There you go. So that's how you dress up and decorate text, shapes, images, graphics, anything in the layers palette. You can add that by just choosing the FX. Now if I want to change the FX, I just double click right here and make the adjustments necessary. If I want to see what it looks like with no bevel, I click on the little eyeball, or I can hide the effects altogether, or take the stroke out, hide the drop shadow, just to see what it looks like. That's what the function of the little eyeball is. So get this graphic the way you want it. You can add several shapes, add several effects to show me that you know how to do it. And then I want you to go File, Save As, and then make sure you go to your 4A or 3A Lesson 1 folder under Recent Places. And it automatically says Custom Shape because we named it when we created the new file. So Custom Shape. Now, here's the deal. Like last time, we created a new Photoshop document, so it's trying to make you save it as a Photoshop format. Well, the benefit is when you save it as a Photoshop format, it keeps these layers separate. When you export it as a JPEG or bitmap or GIF or PNG, it flattens it to where you cannot separate the layers, and I can't like change the effect on one thing. But for this exercise, we're going to choose JPEG as the format and save. Another thing is, because Photoshop documents, when you save it as a PSD, because it has so much information with the extra layers, the files are larger in size. So I'm going to click OK, and it's saved. And then when you're done, you just go to the top left and click the X, or you can go File, Close, or Command W. Click Save. Oh, no, I don't need to save. I already saved it.